Oakley dokley, welcome back to yet another Magic the Gathering Arena video where we're looking at an original deck today. I've named Tajic's Legion of Justice. Now this is a red-white aggro deck, Boros Aggro I suppose. I'm getting right into the card selection. We have 4 Defiant Strikes, 4 Sheltering Lights, 4 Reckless Rages, 4 Samut's Sprint, 2 Swiftblade Vindicators, 4 10th District Legionnaires, 1 Justice Strike, 3 Tajic Legion's Edge, 4 Feathered the Redeemed, 2 Ariel Exemplar of Justice, and 1 Chandra Fire Artisan, 2 Integrity/Intervention, 1 Lyra Dawnbringer, and 1 Tina Ship's Caretaker. We have a couple super lands in here as well. And the idea behind this bad boy is we're basically recasting our Defiant Strike to draw a card into Affinity if we have Feathered on the field. If we have 10th District, that helps as well because now we double cast on that. So it's quite a bit of fun. We also have Tina in case we don't have either of those out and we're playing old school with Aurelia, our Exemplar. But yeah, we could also finish off with our Dawnbringer. There's a couple cool things here we can do. We can basically give everything haste as well. Our name is too long, but that's what you get for a great name. No E on that, just D. Getting into it. I'm not so sure what my rank's like after yesterday. I think we're doing a little bit of hooliganing, so we dropped quite a bit. However, I was pushing with a friend last night, his rank, and he is rocking Nisa, Krasis, Mana Ramp, Hydroid deck, or with the other Hydra, I forget what it's, Bioessence Hydra, I believe. And then he has a couple other Planeswalkers in there as well. It's a lot of fun. He's having really good luck with it. Kind of faltering to a little bit of removal sometimes, but that's the nature of the beast unless you're playing it yourself, right? Opening up against Bean Pie here. Struggling a little bit on our lands, but we do have 2 10th Districts, which makes things a little bit better as we're able to play both of those. It looks like this will be a mono white deck, and we do pull a 3rd land, which is absolutely perfect. It gets our Feathered on the field, and we have no attacks this turn. So with our 10th District, he has haste, and whenever you cast a spell that targets him, we're putting a 1/1 counter on him and then scrying 1. And with the Feather, here, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature you control, exile that card instead of putting it into your graveyard as it resolves. If you do, return it to your hand at the beginning of the next end step. So, very, very cool. We can do a couple things here, right? We'll give our gentleman a little bit of this. The land can stay. I wouldn't mind 4 lands. It should be a mountain though. Fuck it, we'll get rid of it. So we get to double cast that, which is ideal. He does have only haste though, so we'll just get the single feathered attack in because we don't want to lose him, but we will take the counter on him, right? Bean Pie is taking his time. He has 4 mana available. I'm sure he has a Prison Realm for 3. If I was a betting man, no, a Conclave Tribunal instead. And he's going to take my 10th Legion, which to me is a mistake, mostly because I have 2 of them. He does get the attacks in now this time though, which is quite cool for him, I suppose. We'll jump back out with haste, and only leaves us with 1 white, which is unfortunate, but we'll get the 2 attacks in, bringing our opponent down to 10. So he's going to need something here again. Spells are costing 1 more to cast on his turn, which is unfortunate, but I mean, I don't think we're looking to cast much on his turn anyways. Let's see what he has. I'm assuming another Tribunal. I could be wrong though. Taking us down to 12, and he does have a play. It is a Venerated Loxodon, which he doesn't convoke at all. We do score that other land, and I believe we will kill his Loxodon with our Feathered here via a Reckless Rage. And we'll go as far as putting Tajic on the field, and we have 3 attacks, and we are now mentoring our 10th Legion, which is ideal. Our opponent down to 1, and we have the flyer available. That's a quick, easy match. Pulling another mountain here, and we have not much to deal with. We can just buff up, why not? Pulling that planes that I guess we didn't want, to be honest. And we could go as far as putting some more sprints on our gentleman. Give him first strike as well. And we can attack with all our friends. This time mentoring our Feathered. His first strike, unfortunately. So that does not matter. Afterlife 1, which is great. It's too bad you couldn't reassign your blockers when you had an Afterlife creature come into the field, or a token. And then you could sacrifice something on the land to get the flying blocker, correct? So, our first win. I'm not sure there's much, 'cause at the end of the day, who cares if it goes to the bottom? Like, just get it in my hand and we're still moving through it, right? A scry into the bottom is... I mean, it can be good to get rid of the land that you don't want, but now you're not drawing, so you would draw the land into your hand, have that extra land, and now still would be doing that normal draw when you would do it anyways, right? So we do have our other draw engine, Defiant Strike. Opening in with our 10th District Legionnaire. He is a red-black, so more than likely we're going to see it immediately removed. So Defiant Strike will be removed here. Almost guaranteed Defiant Strike goes, yeah. Just because I don't have an unlimited draw now. That's what works out best for our friends normally. We can double attack here. Saving our integrity. Even though we could have double cast it. Resolve. It's up to him. He does take the Integrity. That's the better one, I believe. Still his go. And now we see a Dawnbringer. He can't do anything to our Legionnaires. I guess he could exile. I'll save one of them at least. Tajic can stay. I quite like that. So losing one Legionnaire. Tajic does have haste as well, so that is quite great. Hitting him for 6, all the way down to 4. He's looking for Vraska's Contempt to exile and gain a little bit of life. An opt. So unless he has a lands to play as well, that won't quite work. He does get the land, and he gets a Boros out. That is incredible. We'll get rid of our Lyra, unfortunately, because we can kill his Boros with our Reckless Rage. And then we drew a Defiant Strike, which would have given us a draw as well. So we just beat a top control deck. That was the Grixis control with food. But the worst way you could make a living, I think. Jesus Christ, who steals from people? Gives me the heebie-jeebies. Not the kind of karma we collect around here. Here we give things away. I'm keeping this very heavy hand, but we only need one land for our feathered, and we could potentially Defiant Strike one of his creatures. We pull our land, we don't need it, so it comes in tapped. And we see a growth spiral into a third land, which for all I know has a shock behind it. Playing our third, our feathered is out of range of a shock, which is nice. We are, however, in danger of a lava coil or 2 shocks. Absolutely brutal. He copies it. So that was an expansion for 2 and a shock for 1. Not much we can do about that. We are only 1 away from our Dawnbringer. We might bait him with our Ship's Caretaker, though. So we have nothing here, no plays. Just sorting our hand a little bit. We do see an opt in response to our ending of our turn. So we do see a Timeo, which is quite interesting. Her +1 is a self-mill. He has to reveal it to me what he's looking for at the very least. Pirate's Pillage, and he gets one. An additional, discard a card, draw 2 cards, create. Okay, so we'll save our intervention for that, obviously. We have no play. Less than ideal for us. We have no creatures, and we see a 1,000-Year Storm, which is truly a good game. And he's just digging at will with this. So 1,000-Year Storm's pretty cool. So depending on how many spells you've cast that turn, you can copy that many spells. I guess we'll just deal some damage here. It's better than discarding. It is unfortunate though. And he will be able to say 1,000-Year Storm shocks on me, right, to kill my Dawnbringer. So it is looking grim again, having a little bit of tough luck this morning. But more often than not, when you hit the old record button, those are the way the cards fall after that. You could win 6-7 rounds in a row at night on your spare time, think you're hot shit. Come in the morning and just get obliterated. He could self-mill himself potentially down to 32 already. 3 cards in his hand. And he gets to copy his Pirate Pillage and an expansion. So he's copying his expansion at this point, I believe, for unlimited tokens, I think. Oh no, it doesn't copy the copy. But still, just collecting unlimited mana, drawing mad cards. That's about that, I believe. We have nothing to deal with 1,000-Year Storm. So, just drawing unlimited land, which I guess is cool, to draw 3 land for 2. I'm not sure what he'd use all that land on. He probably has an expansion just to deal huge damage to me, I'm assuming. Yeah, that's wicked. Very cool. This is a 1,000-Year Spiral. For your guys' sake, I'm gonna allow it to resolve itself. 4 lightning strikes, 5, 6 lightning strikes. That's incredible. Absolute madness. He's a shock now. He can copy his shock. Like, I don't even know, you guys. Brutal. 1,000-Year Storm for 6 is an absolute tank. Oh my genius. That's incredible. Cleopatra. So a little bit of trouble here as we don't have a Plains, but our opponent goes first. We'll pray to the Plains God, and we actually see it on point. So we're curving right into our 10th district. Obviously, we're going to see a counter here. I'm sure of it. No counter. Getting in for 2. And I think if he survives, I'll put Feathered Out. If he doesn't, I'll still put Feathered Out. Well, actually, you know, if he survives, I'll Defiant Strike. Okay, so we're seeing the Deputy, which is fine. We can actually deal with that quite easily. Oh no, we need a secondary Plains. So this is rough. I almost want to just draw the card. I could do it at the end of his turn after he's attacked. I'm going to try to start playing a little bit smarter here. We've had too many mishaps thus far. Oh, let's risk it. That's not what we need. So we can just kill it, which we will do, and we'll take our 10th district back. Seeing a counter here, though, unfortunately. Very nice. Still getting hit with 1. Obviously, we're in danger again of another counter. There's not much we can do there. Maybe not, though. If we don't have a counter here, we are cooking with absolute fire because we get our other 10th district back. And we're hitting for 5. So back in it. We squeeze his deputy out of the way. A second deputy would put a snag in our loony bin. That's all right. We don't necessarily pull what we wanted, except we do because he'll get a 1/1 from this. So he'll go to a 4/3. Chandra, I'm not actually looking forward to here. A land, neither. In for another 4. So we're really getting down at his health here. He's looking for some life gain, obviously. We'll look at our hand, try to fake him out. He should have saved that for a blocker. We still can't play our feathered. I'll go in with our Exemplar of Justice. And I will go as far as buffing our 10th district. Feather can go to the bottom. We're looking for our plains still. Going to 6. I will give him vigilance as well. We are coming over for 8. We do see a Settle the Wreckage, which, how could you not? Taking action and drawing that God-forsaken plains, which could have been a mistake on his end, correct? Yeah, we'll jump in with our feathered, and we will just vigilance ourselves, and again attacking for 4. Not stopped, and we have lethal next turn. We do see a time wipe though. So he gets to keep his Exclusion Mage, and he comes out with a Grateful Apparition, which is fine because I am going to double Legionnaire. So his Exclusion Mage will only bounce 1, and we're now attacking for 4. Seeing his Grateful Apparition block and die, dealing 2 damage. That's a good game. Cleansing Nova gets us. And he still has an Exclusion Mage. Tajic has haste. That's a good game. No flash on the Wizard. We'll go as far as putting our feathered out as well, just to show him that we had more in the kitchen. Cleopatra, thank you for letting us get our confidence back up. It was lacking. We're going to do a few more. We're just at 40 minutes here. Let's see if we can't get a couple in a row. I think potentially if we worked in a little bit more removal, we could see this be a top-ranked deck. Unfortunately, without any removal, you are bedridden to the aggro matchups where if you do face Kaya's Wrath, Ritual Suit, even Cry of the Carnarium can be troublesome, right? Any of that mass removal is just horrible. Any counters are horrible. Entering in with our tapped, we do have a 10th district and 2 Defiant Strikes, so we're cooking with fire as long as we don't get thought erased here. which I'm assuming we will. We do not. Potentially a counter. No counter. And we get an attack in. Interesting. Okay, so we see Tyrant Scorn, which truly is the death of us. That's a good trade. Another... Ooh, a Dreadhorde Invasion. I don't know if this is going to have enough fire against us. We go to 4. We do have access to Chandra. Resolve. Our Sheltering Light does nothing here. And Narset is absolutely great. We fucked that up by not playing our Defiant Strike as the Narset dropped. So that's another user error on our behalf. And now we're getting land flooded. Chandra can come, but she's not going to be able to do anything. At least we get to draw something. It's a land, so it can go. That helped us probably, actually quite a bit. Having our Chandra hit for 4 here. She's not hitting our Chandra. Okay. Seeing a -2. Pull the Thought Erasure. There's nothing to get, so, you know, have fun with that. I guess you do get a Scry. And we pull a heavy drop, thankfully. We're going to get our draw in here first, though. You never know. And I guess we will just jump in with it. So we can give it Indestructible, which is nice. And we are able to take out his little dudes. What are they? Salamanders? I don't know. Termander? I'm just going to call them Salamander Drakes from now on because that is impossible to pronounce. Termander. I think this P is silent and it's Termander. Seeing Chemister's Insight, getting greedy with the draw. We could see our Chandra plus here. Or minus, sorry. We will see it plus. And we get the land. Revitalize won't do anything yet. So we can buff up. We have Vigilance. And we can swing on a Narset. He's not blocking, which opens up our Revitalize. Drawing another land, and we will end the turn there. Resolve. We could double Defiant Strike his Dreadhorde, if so needed. Let's see if we have any attackers. We should see attackers on our Chandra. However, we're not. Pass to blockers. I will block your Dreadhorde. I believe. I need to stop here the damage. And I would like to draw a card first and foremost. And I would like to draw another card first and foremost. Resolve. Let's see if he's got any shenanigans before we put our Sheltering Light on top of it. Okay, we do see a counter, and we will put that on anyways for the scry, because we want to scry before we draw. We're out of full control, that's all we have. So I can't pay 2. He counters my Defiant Strike. Feather stays up. So he was able to counter both of those. Nice. And we're going to do -7, taking half of his health. And we have a guaranteed 4. And we should be able to play a land. Our feathered should be able to come up. Oh, we have no haste. That's not haste. Shoot, we're close. So we'll pop this here first of all for 1. And that goes to 4/7. We could do this as well. Just kill his Dreadhorde. I'd like to... He is 6, and it's adapt 4 for 8. I don't want to see it adapt. I guess we'll do another Reckless Rage here just to get rid of it. And we could always Instant Justice Strike for 2. Except we won't have 2. But we can take the hits. I feel like it's better to get the creature out. And I'll have Vigilance as well. So we sneak in another. Trying to play a little smarter. Definitely taking our time a little more. We did get jammed up a little bit there with the... Getting into one more before we call it quits. So we see our 10th district. A little low on lands. And we play second, which is, or sorry, first, which is not always great for us. Sheltering Light, I guess, is alright. Green, white, let's see what we see with it. Just so we can get a power up here and know that there's a land there. I'm not sure he's facing removal this turn. Anyways, even though he has all mana available, we have 3 Tajics, so we could do this all day. Down to 9 already. I'm hoping we see a removal on our Tajic, and we do it again next turn. Sacrifice our Tajic. And here he is again. I think that's that, unless he can put 2 creatures out or make us sacrifice both our creatures. I think that's a good game. I'm so chilled right now, I've got the goosebumps. One of our most ideal matches, gaining 4 life here. Which is something, I guess. Oh, and he actually thrashes with... I guess we'll just replay Tajic for the 3rd time. Seeing that additional 3 damage, he's still on his heels. Knight of Autumn for more life. He is gaining. Let's see if we have a blocker here. We do. There's no need for that. We could do a Revitalize, draw a land, and then we are sending in a Lightning Strike on his turn, not on our turn. We're learning how to play the game efficiently, as I hope you are as well. I make enough mistakes for both of us, so this is really good. He gets to put some cards onto the battlefield, I believe. Into your hand, at least. So he gets the Hostage Taker, seems quite nice. So he can gain control of our 10th district, he can kill it, he can time wipe it. Very nice. Very, very nice. Let's see if he takes it. Right, we want 1 indestructible here. Land can stay. Land can stay. Actually takes him to 4. Let's do that again. We'll Samut Sprint just to get that other token for later. The land is still staying. I guess he gains control of it, which is a mistake on our part, right? That's our bad. We just gave him 5/5. Does it gain haste and stuff? No, it's tapped at least. Oh, he surveilled 3 and then returned a creature card from the graveyard, and it's his Niz. Nice. We're getting wild on. So we pull the Tomeo and enter God Eternals. That's fine. Pulling that land that we didn't need. I guess we still have Sheltering Light, at least. I'll give it to him. We're gonna attack again and re-kill the Niz. Buff it up a bit more. Land can definitely go to the bottom this time. think that's going to help us either. So we gain 2 points of damage. I don't know if we'll pull it out or not. We just need 3 more points. We see a time wipe on nothing. And a Thought Erasure. Very nice. However, we get a Feathered Out, which he can destroy a number of ways. We should have waited till we had a haste. That's perfect. Get rid of all those cards. I don't need a single one of them. Gained 4 life, which will win him the game. Chandra is really nice for me right now. And we see it countered. So we absolutely got wrecked here again. What can you do about that? He's Tameo to bring his Niz back, like 35 cards in his deck still as well. Very cool. I absolutely hate that he has Assassin's Trophy available. Or Mortify. Okay, cool beans. I'm out. So we're right back where we started. As far as the deck goes, I think it's pretty good. A couple things could be changed, maybe. Maybe more Justice Strikes instead of Reckless Rage. The Reckless Rage is nice because you get a counter for it because it targets your own creature, but there's promise here. We could obviously use a secondary Dawnbringer. That would be nice always. Yeah. It's just kind of a bummer when you face those huge archetype decks that you've not seen and you're not sure how to handle yet. We obviously could have cast our Lightning Strike and not had it Thought Erased. It's a tough call, right? We're always learning, always discovering new things. Yeah, let me know if you liked this deck. If you're interested in seeing other decks played, I could definitely make basically any deck and demonstrate it for you guys. Learn a little bit for myself and hopefully teach you a little bit as well. And until next time, this has been a pleasure. It's Hello Good Game with another Magic the Gathering Arena deck build and demonstration video. Don't forget to comment if you had any thoughts throughout watching this video, and definitely hit up a share if you have any friends that you think might be interested in this video. And yeah, I'm sure the least we could all do is hit up a like. I really would appreciate it. I hope you guys all have a good day. Make sure to get out, see some of that sunshine. And if you have not done so, subscribe for those gems. We're nearing 40. And I think it will exponentially increase as we continue, as the channel gains more reputation. People know I'm not going anywhere. I myself am getting a little bit better, right? More enjoyable to watch, I'm sure. Yeah. Take care now. Bye-bye.